What's up YouTube, you're Napper here with another Chao racing tutorial, and in this episode we're going to be talking about animals and stat racing. Alright, so last episode we talked about how the core drives affect the stats of your Chaos. Well, another way to increase your Chao stats is by giving them animals. This episode I'm going to show you some levels that will make the grinding for your animals much easier and will save you lots of time. So there are 21 different animals, and obviously some of them are different and provide different stats. Each of the animals has a border color, and this gives you a rough indication of what stats it will give. There's 7 different border colors, meaning there are 3 different animals for each border. 4 of the borders obviously represent the 4 drive cores, being run, swim, power, and flying, respectively. And each animal affects a Chao in 2 ways. The first way is it takes on the look of the animals that you give it. If you give it a gorilla, you're probably going to have a sweet unibrow. You give it a rabbit, rabbit ears, cheetah, claws, so on and so on. This is true for all animals except for the ghost class. That's the one with the black border. The skeleton dog doesn't add any parts to the Chao at all, and it's actually great for taking off unwanted unibrows from your Chao. I actually show that later on in the level with the ghost legs. And speaking of ghost legs, the bat, which is another black bordered animal, takes away your legs and wings and kind of gives you like a ghost look. And the half fish, it's actually called a kappa, which is a Japanese demon, takes the dot or your halo or your spike ball and gives you a flame dot, which I've seen before. It looks amazing, so make sure to get the kappa. And the second way that affects them, it changes your Chao's personality and character. It makes them do actions, but we'll talk about that later on in the video. Now, if you're paying attention, the last 6 things that came up, the border indicator and the animal types, showed you a bunch of numbers, and you're probably wondering, Napper, what do those numbers mean? Well, let me tell you what they mean. I honestly have no clue. I just know that there's about, if you divide it by 8, that's roughly how many stat points you will gain. I noticed that for everyone that said 8, I lost 1. But it's not even the determined numbers. It's about a max average, I would say. It's what you have the potential to gain if you continuously use the same drive. So let's say you're going for, I don't know, power, and you use like 10 bears and a bunch of red drives. Well, you're obviously going to be a lot more powerful than, say, if you use 10 green drives, because that's running. Your stats would be to offset. You have a much better chance of getting your max if you just stick with the one color. But on that note, I actually would not recommend using animals until your Chao's first evolution. And then, other than the blue, black, and orange bordered animals, I would only use those ones. I wouldn't recommend using the other ones. The drives actually are much more reliable and don't take away from your stats. I probably should have mentioned that. The green, yellow, red, and purple bordered animals will take away from your stats. That's why there's minuses. And last but not least, the second way that animals can affect your Chao, by giving your Chao the specific animal. It's in alphabetical order, by the way. Your animal will be doing actions that it would not have done before. Of course, the bat, skeleton dog, and kappa don't give you any actions, but I thought I'd just mention that anyways. Well, I hope this tutorial helped a lot. I had a lot of fun making it. If you'd like to see more videos, please subscribe, like this video, and stay tuned for episode 3, which will be out hopefully soon. Peace.